Hey guys, now we are starting our review portion of our science for the year. You have learned all the new concepts that you need to know for fifth grade science. So we are going to spend 3 days going over each topic we're going to talk about for 3 days, and you're going to use Quizlet to practice, and then take a little review assessment on each section, and then the last 3 days before you get to come back to school, we'll review all the concepts, so that when you come back to school, we will be ready to kind of do an end of the year review of all of the science concepts you've learned for the year. So today, we are going to start with force and motion. Your I can statement for today is I can understand the concepts of forces, gravity, friction, speed, and motion. So what is a force? Can you name them all? Go ahead and try. What are all the different types of forces that we learned about in 5th grade? Stuck? Let me help. So we've got pushing forces. We've got the force of friction that comes against the pushing force. We have pulling forces like gravity. Gravity pulls everything down towards Earth. We have the ball that changes direction because of the equal and opposite reaction. Okay? Lots of different types of forces. So first, what is a force? A force is a push or a pull. So when we say force is a push or a pull. Okay? So we've got unbalanced forces. Unbalanced forces is when a force is applied to an object without an opposite force. It results in motion or movement. Okay? So any unbalanced force is going to cause movement. A balanced force is when two equal forces are applied to an object in opposite directions, resulting in no motion. Okay? If you're playing in a soccer game and two people go to kick the ball at the same time and you hear that boom, and the ball doesn't move, that is a balanced force. You've got equal forces coming at the ball from both sides. Now, if one person happens to be stronger than the other and the ball ends up going off of their foot, that's an unbalanced force. That has caused motion. The force of the person over here has hit the ball and created motion and made the ball move. Unbalanced force, balanced force. Push and pull are opposite forces. Okay? Mass. The greater the mass of an object, the more force is needed to create motion. So if I have a really big truck and a small car, the really big truck is going to need more force in order to make it move. The smaller car is going to need less force because it has less mass. Now, if I use the same force on the larger mass and the smaller mass, the larger mass is going to have less acceleration, okay? The smaller mass is going to have a larger acceleration. So for example, if I have a bowling ball and a soccer ball, if I put the same amount of force on each ball, which one's going to move further? The soccer ball, because it has less mass. The bowling ball is not going to go as far because it has more mass. Now, if they have the same mass and a different amount of force, the object with the most force will travel the furthest. Okay? So we have the same tennis ball in both pictures. If I exert more force, exert means like to put forth. Okay? If I put more force on this ball, it's going to accelerate more. It's going to go further and faster. If I put less force on the same ball, it's going to go a smaller distance or a slower pace. Makes sense, right? friction. Friction is anything that goes against the motion of an object, okay? So friction is going to slow an object down or resist motion, okay? So if we've got a pushing force going this way, the force of friction, it acts opposite of the pushing force. It causes an object in motion to slow down or to stop, or it resists motion. Resists means works against or works to try to stop it.